So you can say, oh, I was detained, Mr. Police, and they were so mean.
It's not even that, man.
I'm going to arrest you,
Sir,
okay?
please get out of my
The
face.
Supreme Court doesn't have anything to do with where we're...
You came,
So now
that's
you're
right,
walking
I'm
up
right
on
here.
me.
I am. I'm standing here.
Oh, so you can walk freely after me. Cool. Tough guy. Yeah.
From these short clips alone, one can easily tell that police brutality is still a huge problem that's hitting communities hard. To highlight this further, we're diving into some jaw-dropping cases where cops totally crossed the line, sometimes with deadly results. Buckle up as we unpack why change is way overdue. On March 12, 2025, in Greenville County, South Carolina, an auditor was filming public property when, lo and behold, as usual, an officer had a problem with that and tried to trespass him, even though he did nothing wrong.
How's it going, Deputy? It is Deputy, right? Yeah, Sheriff. All right.
So, what's your purpose out here today?
Just out here filming, man. Exercising my rights.
Okay. Exercising your rights. Because it said you were paid.
Yeah, yeah.
You were paid by somebody or organization or
No, I get paid by multiple people, actually.
multiple people as in
Platforms.
platforms. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
assuming YouTube or something.
Yeah. YouTube, all kinds of platforms.
So you're just out here filming this specific bank.
But no, actually, I came from way the hell down there, man. yeah, I'm just walking around. She ended up stopping me, so.
But she said you were pacing back.
Yeah, I have. That's what I've been doing. I've been doing that with all the buildings, all the properties, all the banks.
You do understand how that is out of the ordinary. You're walking
Yeah. No, I told her I understand. I understand that completely. To be honest, the only problem I really had is when she was telling me I was on her property. You know, so I was just trying to.
You actually on the property, or you just on the side?
No, I was right here. I haven't even left right here, man. Yeah.
Listen, obviously,
Is it
it's weird for her because she thinks that you're
Barton?
Burton.
I'm just make sure I'm saying that
She
right.
thinks it's weird because somebody's out here filming. They take it to the extreme.
Right. I get it.
Thinking somebody out here casing and possibly looking to hit the bank. So I get her concerned because she's a manager.
Yeah. To be honest, man, I mean, this is my personal opinion. If someone was to case the bank, the best time to come is at night when they're shut down and all their windows are wide open. Lights are on, you can see in there perfectly.
True.
You know what I mean?
Also,
You know what I'm saying?
See,
Or even
see
Google.
movements, different people, the cameras.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's her concern. So whether it's whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not here to say who's guilty, who's not.
Yeah.
So the only thing I'm here for is apparently she just won't show trespass from the property.
Well, I haven't been on the property.
Yeah, but she just won't show trespass, so you're not legally allowed to come back.
While a government-owned property can tell you to leave for any reason they deem reasonable, even if illegal, that doesn't exactly change anything in this case. Since the auditor was on the sidewalk and only filming under the protection of the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, the trespass wouldn't actually mean anything until he physically stepped onto the bank's property. The big mistake made by this ignorant officer, though, is trying to get the man's identification to issue the trespass.
Okay. So that's where this interaction's going to end. The only thing I need from you is just some identification so I can put it in a report.
I mean, I ain't gonna ID myself.
But I mean, you got to because
What law did I
because
break?
I have to. I never said it.
Right.
I told you she won't show trespass from the premises.
Right, if I was on the property. First off, if I was on their property, they would have to tell me to get off their property first.
Yeah.
That's how a trespass works. First it's the warning. Yeah, first it's the warning, then the trespass
If
comes.
she calls me out here saying she doesn't like how you conducting yourself.
Right. I want them trespassing my property too.
Okay. So I need
You know what I'm saying?
I need your identification so I can place your trespass notice so I can leave. That's the only thing I need.
Yeah, I ain't giving up my rights, man. I mean, at this point,
this is just a report. So
you're not a sergeant, right? You know, I noticed one stripe. What are you?
No.
What's your rank?
I'm a deputy.
Just a deputy?
I'm just a deputy.
All right. Do you got a sergeant?
Oh yeah. What's up?
I mean, could you get a sergeant or someone higher ranking you to get down here? Yeah. I mean, especially if you know you don't.
Sergeant's not coming out here for this. Go ahead, let you know.
Well, I mean,
There's no reason
I'm
for you to
asking
come.
for him. I mean, especially if you're gonna sit here and try to violate my rights.
No, I'm not trying to.
Right. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, man, but I haven't been on their property. You're trying to trust. That'd be like them over there, or even this bank. I haven't even been over there. That'd be like them telling you right now they want me trespassing there. That's a crock.
That's all right.
Yeah, I know, but you can't. I mean, they could tell me I don't come on their property, and I won't.
But this is a formal trespass notice.
Right.
So
You
me
just
serving
you just told me. Yep.
Yeah.
You just told me I
So
won't go
need
on their
your
property.
identification so I can document it that it's been. Because if I say yeah, I told him, and they say, well, who is that? We don't know his
Your
name.
body camera running?
Do I know your name?
No, is your body camera running?
So how can I formally issue you a trespass notice?
I'm simple question. Is your body camera running? All right, great. I mean, that way, you know, the prosecutor and all of them can see if you try to arrest me for not IDing myself for something I didn't do.
So that's my question. If I got to issue a trespass notice and I got to issue a person, how am I supposed to know who you are? If I don't have your name.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're telling me don't go on the property. I'm not going on that property. I haven't been on that property.
Regardless, they don't like whatever you're doing out here. So they want you to say you legally cannot step foot. So I issue you a trespass notice.
Right, but I'm not going to ID myself.
And I'm going to document.
What if I don't ID myself?
Then I'm going to detain you and get a fingerprint ready.
Which was something he wasn't allowed to do. This is because under South Carolina's trespassing laws, there is no mention of needing to show identification to an officer so that they can process a trespass notice, especially when the victim wasn't on the property to begin with. Moreover, while this isn't illegal, the officer deciding not to call down his supervisor shows a lack of good conduct and following department policy, which alone shows his ethics and character. Nevertheless, this cop continued to be persistent and demanded the auditor's ID. But what's worse is him feigning ignorance on one of the most basic rights known to Americans.
All right, could you get your sergeant down here? Someone in higher rank?
There's no reason for my sergeant to come out.
There is.
Why?
You're fixing to violate my rights.
Why? Explain to me
Fourth Amendment.
Why I need to call my sergeant who's busy doing whatever he's
Fourth
doing.
Amendment.
Fourth Amendment.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You don't know the...
What does that mean?
Did you not swear an oath?
How is that relevant to what we got going on?
What do you mean? You're trying to...
Explain it to me.
You're trying to damn ID me when it's not lawfully.
And why?
Lawfully, you can't ID me.
Why did I say I want to ID you?
Because you're trying to trespass me from something I haven't even been on.
So I'm placing you on a formal trespass notice.
Right. If you tell me that, I won't go on there. Right. I get it. I get it, man. Look. I get it. I ain't trying to start nothing.
Hold on. I'm trying to explain to you. So in order for me to issue that formal trespass notice, I have to identify you. I have to say, hey, the merchant wants you placed on trespass notice. You're not legally allowed to come back. My type of report is submitted, so it is a formal document saying that you were placed on trespass notice. So I don't understand how that is. How are we not understanding that?
Because I honor my rights, man, in my privacy.
I'm not doing anything against your rights. The only thing I'm explaining to you is the formal process. And you're saying you're not going to cooperate with the formal process.
Well, I don't want to. That's why I'm asking you.
You're making me have to go a step beyond to do my job.
Right, and that's why I'm telling you to get your supervisor down here.
My supervisor does not need to come down.
Well, then, I mean, you're going to violate my rights, and there's going to be a lawsuit on Greenville County.
Okay. Why does my supervisor need to come down? Why?
Because you're fixing to violate my rights, man.
I'm fixing to violate your rights.
You are.
I've explained my formal process.
You just told me you're going to arrest me.
No, I explained the formal process.
You told me, it's all on camera, man. You said, and on your camera.
I explained the formal process.
Right, I understand the formal process.
I was going to detain you, not arrest you. That's what I said.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Unlawfully, you're going to unlawfully detain me.
It's not an unlawful detainment.
Yes. What law did I break?
I need your identification.
What law did I break?
Did I say you broke the law?
Is this a stop and ID state?
Did I stop and ID you? Or did I explain the process and say,
what did you do, drive by and yell at me? What?
This is what I need to do so I can conduct my job and my business so you can be on your day.
As a matter of fact, you did technically stop and ID him in a sense. The auditor was doing nothing wrong when all of a sudden, the officer came along and told him he was being trespassed on property he never set foot on, then had his rights almost infringed upon by needing to give up his ID. Of course, considering we're dealing with an officer who believes the Fourth Amendment and his supervisor have nothing to do with this incident, it's saddening yet not entirely surprising the victim had to deal with this.
But what you're doing is you're trying to delay this process when it's simple.
No, I ain't trying to delay the process. I mean, what the simple thing is to do is to go in there and tell these fine people that I have the right to be on this public property that you're trying to trespass me from. And, I mean, that's my thing. That's my whole spiel.
And what's your spiel?
To find out if they're gonna try to violate my rights. So if they call the police or sheriffs,
you're
doing
something out of the ordinary to invoke a response.
How is this out of the ordinary?
so that you can.
How is this out of the? How is this out of the order?
To quote you, to see if they're going to violate your rights. So you're invoking a response.
Right. It's called exercising my rights,
Okay,
like
so
freedom of speech. Same amendment, First Amendment, freedom of press.
So you're exercising it to see if somebody would do something. To
No,
see if you can get paid.
I'm exercising to see if
All
my
right, so-
my
all
rights are violated.
All right. Whatever. That's besides the process. So are you going to identify yourself so I can do my job, so I can go about my day? I got better stuff to do than sit out here and argue with you about your identification, sir.
Right.
You can put your camera, you can pause it, you can do whatever. I need your ID so I can place you on trespass notice. So I can go tell them, hey, he's doing whatever. He's a YouTuber that goes to invoke responses, see if he can get paid, and he's just going to be standing on
Right. So you're going to
So he
unlawfully.
can stand on a legal piece of property and record whatever he wants to record. I can't tell him no. But if you want him on trespass notice, he's on trespass notice. He knows, and that's where it's going to end. But you want to make it difficult. Now I gotta
What's your
stand out
badge
here.
number?
So now I got to stand out here.
Right. What's your badge number, sir?
Why?
What do you mean why? You got to identify yourself. I know it's Burton, but Burton
I
what?
did.
You know how many other Burtons there are?
In the sheriff's office?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I don't. That's why I'm asking for your badge number or ID number
You got
or
my
computer
name.
number.
You got
Yeah,
my
yeah.
badge.
No, I don't.
See, I come in a marked patrol car.
I don't see your badge number on it. Do you got a badge number? I'm just asking. Simple.
My badge is my identification.
Right.
There's my card that further on my
I mean, do you not have a badge number?
Well, for deputies, we have stars. So we have a star number.
All right. Well, what's your
But
start?
I don't see how this is relevant.
Though not required, it certainly sent a message to the auditor how the officer may have only wanted to escalate things. He wanted to identify someone else, but refused to give his own identity out despite being a deputy. Naturally, with no attempts to try and ease the situation, the officer wasn't going to get the auditor to pull out his ID voluntarily, since he was not legally required to do so. On top of doing that, though, he began belittling the auditor and being a hypocrite by calling him out for doing things no different to his own actions.
To this interaction, right?
Well, it's ID yourself, man.
Oh, ID myself? So you want me to identify myself, but you won't identify yourself.
You're a public worker, man.
I'm a who?
A public worker.
A public worker?
Public worker, yes. You work for the public, right?
Okay. Usually they say public servant, but
Well, I mean, well,
oh, there we go.
but I'd much rather worker. You know what I
So-
mean? Service is kind of got, you know,
So being a public servant, what's that got to do with it?
the ID yourself. There could be another burden.
Is there a
out
law
there.
that says I have to ID myself?
It's your policy.
This is my policy?
Yeah.
What policy general order is that?
I mean, I ain't gonna sit here and look it up. But
Oh, so
I
you don't
get-
know?
I mean, it's
So how
really
you
your
make how
policy.
you gonna make a statement that you don't know? All right, all right.
Am
All
I
right, so
entertained?
this what's gonna happen, buddy. Listen, I've entertained this enough, and this is all well and good for your YouTube videos and your clicks. Okay. Are you gonna identify yourself, or do I have to get a bunch of people out here to identify you? This is gonna prolong this process.
I'd like to
And
get your sergeant out here.
my sergeant's not coming out here, bro.
No, someone in higher rank.
The sergeant
Someone
has
higher
the
ranking
same
you.
authority as I do to
So,
enforce the
the-
laws in the state of South Carolina. And
Right. But ultimately, his decision was
His
be the-
decision.
you
So,
know.
how?
I mean, well, this
This is my call for service, and I'm the guy here.
it is, but
He's not gonna tell you nothing different that I done told you.
let's get him down here and we'll
He
find out.
doesn't. He's busy managing a lot of more stuff than to come down here to deal with you because you've been difficult. It's at the end of the day, you just been difficult. Normally, this is a 5-minute interaction. Hey, sir, they
Right.
don't want you here.
But
Okay,
I honor my rights. I'm sorry.
you can honor your rights.
Right, but
By
you're
here.
trying to exactly.
And I'm not trying to.
I'm
violate.
doing it right
I've
here
explained to you
on the
4
sidewalk. I haven't stepped a foot on
All
their
right.
property. I haven't even touched that wall.
Sir, I don't want to have to escalate this interaction. So I'm asking, are you gonna identify yourself?
Are you gonna
Yes
get?
or no? Yes or no?
I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yes or no?
You gonna arrest me?
Yes or no?
Are you gonna arrest me?
Yes or no?
If you're gonna do it under threat of arrest, I'll ID myself.
Under threat of arrest?
Under threat of
I
arrest.
never said you're under arrest. But I did tell you that if you don't, I'm gonna detain you, and then I'm gonna get a fingerprint reader, and then we're gonna fingerprint you, and we're gonna find out who you are.
All right, then
And then I'll have to call my sergeant out here because
Right.
you know why? You're being difficult, and then he's probably gonna say, "Come, he wants to be difficult. Why should we give him leniency?"
Rather than just say he didn't want to call his sergeant, the officer tried to spin this whole tale, similar to how he just tried to subside the fact that he was indeed trying to get the auditor's ID through a threat of arrest. Regardless, the two continued to bicker back and forth as the officer finally had enough and moved in to detain him.
Right? Because you've probably broken the law.
I probably have.
You probably have.
Have I?
So I'm
That's
not trying
good.
to. I'm just
Good,
not trying
good
to.
for you to
escalate.
size me up like that, man. I really
Nobody's trying
appreciate
to-
that.
I think you just. I don't
know?
know what you're doing, but never
mean, for
raised my
real.
voice.
I mean, I
never
can't
said
believe that
any
you're sitting here
harsh words.
sizing me up like that, man.
Never said any harsh words or anything. I don't know why you feel intimidated. I'm just trying to do my job so I can do something better about with my day.
Well, you're gonna detain me. So get your sergeant down here.
I don't want to. I just want you to provide me your ID so I can do my job.
Get your sergeant down here.
No. Are you gonna provide me your ID?
No.
No. All right. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back.
See, so you're gonna arrest me.
Yeah.
All right.
Detain me. All right. Detain me. Put your
All
phone
right.
down. Put your phone down. I don't want it to break, so I want you to put your phone down. Yep. Set it up. All right.
Take my wallet out, man.
What you wanted to do is you wanted to escalate this.
I did want
So
to
you can say, "Oh, I was detained, arrested by the police,
No,
and they
man.
were so mean and
It's not even that, man.
You're a child. You're an adult. If somebody don't want you on there, hey man, I'm gonna formally place you on trespass. No, just need an ID. All you need to do is provide me an ID so I can leave.
I haven't been on
You
that,
just
bro.
wanted to do. You wanted to do this, so you got what you wanted. Are you happy? Did you accomplish what you accomplished?
Not really, man. Not really.
Where's your ID at?
Right there, front pocket. See
Where?
my wallet?
Right
Yeah,
here.
Yep.
Can I get your wallet out of your
Yes,
pocket?
yes, sir. You can. You know, if you're gonna arrest me, I'll get my damn ID. But
I'm not gonna arrest you. I said
There
I'm
it
gonna
is.
detain you to figure out who you are.
All right.
It's just, I don't know why you gotta keep going through this.
All right. Well,
After searching him for his ID, filing the trespass notice, and talking with the bank's staff, the officer returned the auditor's ID back to him. Of course, this was naturally an unlawful detainment and search since the victim only agreed to do this under the threat of arrest.
Just pitch me. Give me this back here. There you go. Get your ID back. So listen, all this is done just because obviously she's the manager of the business. She's got clientele that come in. They're kind of weird, uneasy, size when somebody's out there video recording. That's natural response. But I get what you're doing, and I understand why you're doing it. I might not agree with it, but that's we're Americans. You know, you can do something as long as you're within the scope of the law. So I explained to her, as long as you're on the sidewalk, if you don't step any foot on her property, you're well within your rights. She might not like it, but you're doing the legal thing, okay? I would go ahead and probably bank on every Chewy's bank. It's probably going to want to show up a trespass notice. So if you show up at a different branch, probably going
that's gotta suck for them. Because what if I have an account there?
Yeah,
Multiple.
well, it is a corporation,
I'm just saying. Yeah,
they can refuse
yeah.
service for any reason.
Yeah. Don't worry. They'll get a call. They'll get a call. 100%.
Yeah, so
100%.
You good? You got any questions, concerns while we're here?
Nah, man.
Your vehicle is not on their property, right?
No.
You sure?
I'm positive. Dude, I ain't stupid. yeah. I'm not stupid because I know what will come next. They could damn tow my shit. I ain't stupid.
Yeah. You're free to go. But hope you have a good day, okay?
All right, man.
In the end, the real villain turned out to be the bank, who not only trespassed an innocent man from their property, but from every other branch they owned. In any case, the two parties went their separate ways, bringing this case to a close. While in most cases officers are the cause of a problem, this next incident shows that even their negligence can result in severe consequences. On March 13, 2022, in Cape Coral, Florida, two officers, David Rios and John Morgan, with the local police department, stumbled across an intoxicated and passed out 22-year-old by the name of Jeremiah Ballum Jr. on the roadway near Club Square after leaving Backstreet's bar around midnight. Instead of doing their duty as civil servants and helping him, however, they left the man there to rot.
Too much to drink tonight?
A little bit.
Yeah? What are you doing on the ground?
I mean, yo.
Subject is responsive and breathing. He's just laying on the ground. What happened?
Yo,
Don't worry, do you need medics with you on?
Need any medics?
I mean, no.
No, you didn't fall? It's a negative. So what happened? Why are you on the ground?
Cause y'all pulled me over.
I didn't pull you over. I just drove by and you're laying down in the middle of the street.
Oh, I mean.
Are you able to get up or do I have to get somebody to come get you?
I mean, I can get up.
Alright. You alright?
Yeah, I'm
I'm making sure you're okay, man. You're laying in the middle of the road.
No, I understand. I mean, well, now that I understand, I am busted.
Huh? How'd you get here? Did you Got an Uber coming for you, or what's going on?
I think I'm supposed to be down the road.
Down the road?
Yeah.
Down what road?
Coronado.
Do you live here? Where do you live?
I do live down Coronado. I do live.
You live in Coronado?
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna walk over there? What are you gonna do?
I mean, I guess after this experience, I guess walk over there.
All right. Do you have your ID by chance?
I do. I'm just cold.
Huh?
I do. I'm just cold.
You just code?
Yeah.
Well, laying down in the middle of the street is not a great idea, all right?
Well, yeah, obviously.
People fly through here drunk all the time and they'll run you over.
All the time.
Laying down right in the middle of the road.
Yeah. I didn't know.
All right.
Although the man said he didn't need any help, it was obvious that was the first thing he required. However, the officer neglected this since it would be easier not to deal with the hassle, which only made the outcome of the situation much worse.
4132 Cape, 10-4 teletype.
You got friends that come get you?
What was it?
You got friends that come get you?
No, I do live like across the street.
4132 Cape, copy
Like,
twin MP.
I literally live across the street.
What's your address?
It's gonna be Bravo.
And pretty much it describes it. Because if I go,
Coro 8th is not an address.
well, so if I go Coronado 8th, I go invest. And then if I go Coronado 8th, then I invest even more because, well,
It can't make any sense, dude. Do you have any friends here that you know?
well, have you even checked Coronado?
What am I checking Coronado for?
Why would I do that?
Because every time that we get stopped, they tell us that we're not under rights. That like it's
Huh?
Coronado, like it's underneath.
We're trying to get you
Head.
home. Where do you live?
Right there, like 2 months ago, like Coronado.
You live in Orlando, man.
No, I literally live like next street over.
It says 601 West Livingston Street.
No, 418 Trine Course East.
That's not even the address you gave.
Triancore or Coronado?
Trine Court.
All right, man. Do you have someone pick you up? Call for an Uber?
4132,
I mean,
clear to
not
12 hours.
technically.
Good.
We can't leave you like this.
Jeremiah is on Battle Class Echo, expiring 2023, criminal register pressure, signal 56 traffic, 429 feet.
10-4, thank you. Going back to 1.
You can't even put a
Oh,
sentence
Metro,
together.
sorry.
How are we gonna know where you...
Sentence
Here you go.
Orthodox East.
Here you go. Call yourself an Uber, man. Get home. Get yourself an Uber. You got somebody you can call?
Not somebody I
If I find you laying in the road again, I'm going to Marshman Act you. I'm going to take you to the jail myself and drop you off in the drunk tank, all right?
No, obviously
So-
I'm going to walk to my direction.
All right. Have a good night.
This would be one of those rare moments where an officer taking someone into custody would be the right decision. Despite encountering someone completely impaired and seemingly having no idea where he lived, the officers let him go instead of detaining and keeping him with them for public intoxication. The reason this is a big deal is because Mr. Ballum's family then reported him missing a few hours later, with officers finding his body motionless in the middle of a canal almost 2 weeks later. Obviously, due to their negligence, Chief Sizemore of the local police department said David Rios was terminated and that he accepted a letter of resignation from Officer John Morgan in lieu of termination. However, this alone would never bring the family solace regarding Mr. Ballum's death. Regrettably though, a lot of officer negligence and sometimes even their ego can result in many unwanted situations, much like on February 26, 2025, around a safety check in Illinois, where an auditor was talking to civilians driving through, talking about what the officers were doing was completely wrong.
I'm trying. You didn't answer any questions, did you?
I just showed him my driver's license.
Oh.
Yeah, I wouldn't even do that, honestly. They got to know they can't be doing this kind of thing. It's blatant violation. Yeah, and they're supposed to give you a chance before the sign to be able to avoid it. But the only chance they gave you is the
turn down.
On the on-ramp for 55.
Oh, I didn't even get that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, then they're really fucking up. Will County's been doing this, and they're supposed to tell people where it's going to be ahead of time.
Yeah, right.
And Will County straight up said, no, we're going to have one and not tell you where it is. So that's why I'm out here. Because it's fucking nonsense. All right, have a good night, man.
Although he only continued to talk like this to people from a distance, the state police captain in charge of this whole debacle came over to him and forced him to stay away from the area, claiming that the auditor wasn't allowed to be there.
How you doing?
You stand over there, okay? You're much too close to us. Then it becomes an officer safety issue. So you stand over there, okay, and stay out of the way.
Is this public property? I'm not.
This is a police operation. Look at me, I'm talking to you. This is a police operation, okay? You're way too close to us. It's an officer safety issue. You want to record?
Would you like
stand
to search
over
me?
there. Are you listening to what I'm saying? Stand over there, okay? I'm not going to ask you again.
So it's officer safety, right? I just want to make sure I understand the situation.
Third time, officer safety issue, stand over there, okay?
Okay, but I'm not here to hurt anybody.
Stand over there. You don't understand what I'm saying.
I was being cordial with this guy up here. We're talking.
Stand over there, okay? You're too close to us.
I actually made sure to stay at least 10 feet away, as per the Supreme Court, sir. Please don't touch me.
The Supreme Court, I'm going to arrest you,
Sir,
okay?
Please get out of my face.
The Supreme Court
Please.
doesn't have anything to do with where we're ordering you to stand. You are too close to us. You stand over there. If I have to ask you again, I'm very familiar with the Supreme Court case, okay? If I have to ask you again to stand over there, and again, it's because it's an officer safety issue, I'm going to take you to jail if you do not move, okay?
I will, but can I get your name, badge number first?
Wilkes 5711.
Wilkes 5711,
correct.
Gimanco 7016. Okay. Under threat of arrest, I'm going to walk away.
That's all right. Make sure you're in the third stall, please. Third row.
Mother. F*** off. Cowardice mother. They got him in the fucking way. Look at him. Look at where they're fucking driving. And this motherfucker. Oh, he's getting a complaint for sure. Punk. Been way too long on the force. No, so no one had a problem until this old motherfucker come out. Pig bastard motherfucker.
Officer safety issue seems to be the standard go-to for this tyrant to do whatever he wants, and do so via intimidation and threat. Naturally, his actions violated the man's first and almost his fourth constitutional rights, as he had no choice but to leave the area under threat of arrest and bring the day to an end. While many, if not all, police interactions have some sort of problem with them, this next case is on the lighter side, as the only mix-up stemmed from an officer being unable to ascertain objects correctly. On March 13th, 2025, we now stumble upon a blind cop on the force as he unlawfully pulled over a man because he was eating a sandwich of all things while listening to some music. Obviously, since probable cause and a good reason are needed to conduct a traffic stop, this officer's mindlessness landed him in hot water as he was basically unlawfully detaining an innocent civilian. In any case, at the very least, thankfully nothing of note resulted from this misunderstanding, other than the driver being understandably slightly upset for his good vibes being ruined. Unfortunately, this next case takes a full 180 on that, as we go back to our run-of-the-mill police brutality and an officer trying to justify his unwarranted assault. On March 15th, 2025, in Denora, Pennsylvania, an officer was conducting a traffic stop in the middle of the road. As he was doing so, though, a bystander walking towards them asked for permission to go through them. Instead of simply doing that, though, the officer naturally had to screw things up due to his fragile hubris.
Can I walk past you, or you just gonna get scared? You big guy. Buddy's pushing like 60. Calm down, bro. Huh?
Nah, see, Sean, hold on, Louis.
What?
No.
I didn't say anything.
You don't live here. You want to come in?
I asked you if I could safely pass.
You can go. Yeah, you want to make smart comments? Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
You don't have to have an
Thank
attitude
you.
about it.
Yeah, have a good night.
Have a great one.
Make sure you put it on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, it will be.
Cunningham, by the way, 'cause I
Yeah, tough guy.
What's that?
I said, yeah, tough guy.
Oh, do you want to call me a tough guy?
You want to arrest me because I called you tough?
No, I'm just, I don't understand what your problem is.
Hey.
You come in
Hey.
you came,
So now
that's
you're
right,
walking
I'm
up
right
on
here.
me.
I am. I'm
Yeah.
standing here.
Oh, so you can walk freely up to me. Cool. Tough guy. Yeah.
Do something.
Sean, come on.
Do something.
Oh my, bro, now he's going to handcuff.
Do something.
This is going to be a beautiful law. Beautiful.
I don't know. It seems to me like you were interfering in our investigation.
I left. And I was walking away when you
were not walking away. You wanted to make comments and everything else. Do you have ID on you?
Huh? No, it's not on me.
You don't have ID on you at all?
Smell like marijuana.
Wait, that's the one that said I shot the gun off? No, it's the one with the stickers on the side. It's an order copy. Can I at least have his stuff that he has?
You have not been at all. So you want to get aggressive if you want to smell like marijuana. Really?
It's all on recording.
Good.
That was Facebook Live.
Good. I'm glad.
Perfect. Can you get Neil Rand down here?
Need we even point out what he did wrong here? With a brittle ego and a complete disregard for the law, this tyrant punched a man directly in the face, handcuffed him, and then accused him of smelling like marijuana so he could come up with a reason for this blatant assault. Unfortunately, as of the date of this recording, there's no news of the officer ever being reprimanded or being convicted for assault and battery. Next up, in May 2021, Duluth, Georgia, we have a teenager by the name of Fasciani Sissoko who was hanging out with his friends in their house, one of whom pulled up in a Ford F-150. When it was time to leave, however, Mr. Sissoko was immediately confronted by officers pointing their firearms at him as he was driving in his vehicle. Apparently, a neighbor had called in to say that several black males, a Hispanic male, and a white female had exited a black Volkswagen station wagon and were trying to break into a white Ford F-150, not knowing that they all knew each other. Instead of ascertaining the situation properly, however, these lunatics came in with guns at the ready.
They're gonna be coming out. Stop! Hands! Stop! Driver, get out of the car! Stop! Show me your hands! Is the car in park? Yes, sir. Car's in park? Yes, sir. Reach out with your left hand, open the door.
I'm unlocking my door.
Okay. All right.
Can I unbuckle my seatbelt?
Use your right hand, unbuckle your seatbelt. All right, step out of the car. Turn around, face your car. Hands, keep your hands up. Hands up. Walk backward toward me. Backward, backward, backward. Stop. Get down on your knees, keep your hands up.
Just being detained right now, all right?
You're just being detained.
Yes, sir.
159 area. We'll have one detained driving that black Volkswagen.
Even if they had a reason to detain him, they definitely didn't have one for pulling their weapons on him. As everyone knows, an officer can only point a firearm at someone who they reasonably believe may pose an imminent danger of death to themselves or someone around them. However, considering that the call was about a break-in, there was no reason to assume the teen had a weapon on him, and thus the officers were in extreme violation of his constitutional rights.
159 area. We'll have one detained driving that black Volkswagen. The driver still
Stand up.
Caller still have eyes.
The reason why we're here is when one of the neighbors called, it looks like somebody was trying to break in the truck. Okay. And they said they were driving a Volkswagen.
Okay.
So it was like you, how many other people was with you?
It was just two other people, Juan and Stephanie. I did not get out of my car at all.
Was he trying to get into his truck?
That's his truck.
Okay, that's his truck?
So, like, there's nothing going on.
Did he just not have his keys or what?
Well, he pulled in and he had his keys with him. Was it that house?
Somebody called and said that they were trying to break into a white F-150, and there was a black Volkswagen out front, and then there was multiple people.
I mean, well, he can confirm that he came in as well, sir.
Thankfully, only moments later, the officers confirmed their story and realized their mistake. However, this misunderstanding still didn't excuse the fact that they considered using deadly force in a situation that never warranted it.
First decided to look out and say that there was 3 black males and a Hispanic male around a white pickup truck, possibly trying to break into it.
They were in a Jeep. We saw them. We were trying to interact with them, but they wouldn't respond. We saw them like drive down, and when we came up to the house, they circled around again.
Yeah.
And we were asking them if they needed.
Is your pickup okay?
Yeah, everything's in here. We were asking them.
But you were outside around your pickup.
All right, so
no, that's one. So the reason he's in handcuffs is basically the call we got from whoever called. They said there is a black male in a black Volkswagen station wagon, and they're around a white F-150, and then they called back and said there's 3 individuals in the car. One of them is a Hispanic male, possibly trying to break into the F-150, and as we come up, he's leaving in the Volkswagen. That's the information we got. So you're the male that was talking, they were calling, and so is he, and the white female.
Yeah, I'm Hispanic as well.
Well, I'm just telling you what they told us. So they said it was a white female, a Hispanic male, a black male, and possibly 1 or 2 other black males. They thought they were trying to break into this truck. So basically, they were calling about you, the owner of the truck.
Yeah.
They thought that it was somebody trying to break in.
As this officer was speaking to them and clearing up the grave misunderstanding, one that nearly cost an innocent boy his life, the other officer with Mr. Sissoko began removing his handcuffs.
Thank you for your cooperation. Someone called saying it was happening.
I mean, my dad told me about it. No, I didn't do anything wrong.
Kind of. There you go.
So my girlfriend doing that. Huh? I have a bracelet on my hand that's.
No, I just couldn't get it. Yeah, like you said, like we got a call. Said one of the neighbors said it looked like somebody was trying to break into the truck, and there was a car parked out front with multiple people inside the car. So we were just. Yeah. And honestly, when you can't kind of come out, and you're kind of. Yeah. It sounded like you were trying to.
Super fast, but in a way, like when you see that, it's like they're trying to run.
I did get my oil changed today.
If you have any questions, you can, like I said, that's why we're out here. That's why we had to do what we did, all right? Because we just thought that somebody was trying to break into somebody's car, and that's why we parked down here. That way you couldn't see us, and then we just saw the black Volkswagen head speeding off, saw us and trying to take off. So, do you have any other questions for us?
No questions.
All right.
Came up.
I'm so sorry. Did they explain to you?
I was like, yo, like, do you guys need help?
I was the first one. I'm so sorry. It's like I told you, but all they saw was there's a black male in a Volkswagen, and then it updated to nope, the black male got out of the Volkswagen. Now there's a Hispanic male with him trying to break into the white truck, and then when we're pulling up, it's there's a Volkswagen pulling out. Okay. So yeah, it sounds like it may have been a call about one thing initially, and then the caller started updating, and what they saw kind of grouped everyone together.
Okay, I understand.
About to say. Okay, all right, you got any other questions for us?
No.
Okay, so extraordinarily sorry. That is.
No, it's fine. It happens.
Okay.
Still, their blatant attempt on his life will be an unmistakable fact to all those who see this footage. While the civilians were seemingly understanding of the situation here, they sobered up after the incident and realized the severity of the situation. Consequently, they requested a formal apology from both the officers and the department. However, that apology is still pending as of the date of this recording. Our last case of the day is one that holds the most consequence, as the impertinent decisions of multiple officers led to the loss of an innocent life. On April 19, 2024, in Iron Heights, New Jersey, Officer Peter Muscarella, while on patrol, pulled in behind a Mr. John Cassidy from an expired motor vehicle registration offense. One quick computer check later, it was revealed that Mr. Cassidy had 2 outstanding warrants for his arrest. When multiple officers started pulling up to the scene, however, things became too hectic for Mr. Cassidy, and in a panic, he started the engine. However, the officers took this as him escaping and immediately started using bodily force on him, even though he kept yelling out that he couldn't breathe.
You guys will be able to go hands-on, pull them out?
Yeah, we'll do it. Yep.
All right.
All
right.
Go ahead, get the car back up. You can't breathe? All right.
I'll get on there, right?
Unlock the door.
Unlock the door. Unlock the door.
Out. Out. I get out. All right.
Get out. Get out.
Get out.
Let's go.
All right. Get out.
One.
All right. Get up.
Let's go.
I can't breathe.
Get out.
I got
Please, so you can't drive off.
Get out. I get out. I get out. Please. I get out.
Get out. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
I can't breathe. You're choking me.
Somebody's gonna have to grab his leg. Get out. Grab his leg nice.
Please don't take me. I got a heart attack.
Stop out.
All right, listen.
Stop resisting. Stop pushing. Under arrest. Stop resisting.
Unlock. I can't.
Unlock your leg. Unlock your leg. Step out of the car. You gotta get out of the car.
Smoking right there. I'm doing the doctor. My nose right there. My nose right there.
Turn away.
Please, my hand.
Go.
I get out. I get out right now.
Get out.
I can't breathe, sir.
All right, get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. You're okay. You're okay.
Please.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to pull. He's a big boy.
Yep. Come on.
Come on.
Breathe. Come on. I can't breathe.
Come on. We just stuck on the post. Yep. I gotta get it.
Get out. Step out.
No matter what Mr. Cassidy may have done, even these morons should have realized that their actions were borderlining on murder. Instead of letting him get out of the car or employing better methods, they were actively pressing his head against the top of the car, thus straining his neck and causing his face to go red. Considering that the victim couldn't breathe, the officers could be held liable for violating the SCRJ's model policy on chokeholds, which states that officers are not allowed to employ restraint methods that could cause a person to be unable to breathe. Sadly, instead of realizing this, they only upped the ante as they brought in more officers to help.
All right, push. Push. Please help me, sir.
23 hours is here for the ring to come in.
Step out. Stop resisting. Step out of the car. You're on your left. Stop resisting. Come on.
Come on. Yep. You're good.
Got him out. All right, he's out. Get cuffs on him.
The ambulance.
Bring your arm around your back. Bring your arm around your back.
Behind your back.
Bring your arm around your back. Don't grab me.
I can't breathe.
All right, we'll get you up. Bring your arms around your back.
I can't.
He's ain't coming. Stick him.
I need
I
two
can't
cuffs.
breathe. 911.
Ambulance is coming. Relax.
I can't breathe.
All right, roll towards me. Go ahead. Roll towards me. You need multiple cuffs.
I can't breathe.
You're okay. Stop resisting. Put your hands behind your back. You're okay. Here, bring your arm around.
We're going to get you up.
We're going to put your hands small your back. That's all.
Don't grab me. Bring your arm around your back.
No,
Thank you.
I need
So we
one
can
more.
get you off the ground.
We're going to get you off the ground.
John.
We're going to get you up. Just bring your arm on your back.
Bring your arm back.
Come on, John.
There you go. You're doing good, John. Just relax.
Once the cuffs are on, we're going to get you off the ground. You're okay. Just stop resisting.
All right. Give a quick pat down before we move him.
Or would you like him in?
From what? Yeah.
And then
Go on after car. Good.
let's get him in a recovery position so he can start to breathe as soon as we got a good pat down.
There's a lot of background noise.
Brutally throwing him onto the ground and having the body weight of multiple officers on him. It's no surprise that only seconds later, Mr. Cassidy became unresponsive. It didn't matter that they tried to accommodate him by using 4 handcuffs. The fact remained that it was now a possibility that the victim was simply dead.
John.
John.
Airport, mail 411329, Stephen here.
Hey, John. Hey, John, look at me.
John.
Get your oxygen up.
You all right? My radio.
Unfortunately, their on-the-spot first aid didn't do anything to help. So an ambulance arrived on scene and its emergency personnel took over his care before they transported him to a nearby community medical center. Regrettably, the worst came to pass as hospital staff pronounced Mr. Cassidy dead about 1 hour after he was physically removed from his vehicle by the officers. According to New Jersey law, the Attorney General's office had to and did conduct an investigation. However, the results of it are still pending, and no further official statements have been made as of the date of this recording. As we end today's video, we come to realize how these wild stories prove why we can't just sit back and let police misconduct slide. By spreading the word and fighting against their corruption, only then we have real boys in blue uphold our rights and manage our safety. Be sure to check out our previous video where we cover another outrageous police encounter.